in my teens, I don't know, between the ages of 15 to 18, I was just all on the wrong path. Going total wrong direction in life. I was in a gang. I did drugs. I sold drugs. I broke into cars. I just did ridiculous, stupid things that I was always like two steps away from just going away for a while, and as the years developed, at that point things were just getting progressively worse. Um, you know, the climax of it all pretty much came down to a point where a couple of my friends were murdered, and I use friends loosely. At the time, yeah, they're my folks, they're my boys, but hindsight, that's they weren't friends, and and one of the events very well could have been me dead, and and then I remember like about a week later, just mulling on all this. Um, I got an invitation in the mail from a friend from grade school, and he was having a graduation party, high school graduation. So I was like, I ain't seen the guy forever. We were best friends growing up for, Christ, 10 years of our lives together. And so yeah, I went out and I experienced over like that 2 days just a happiness. I saw people that were happy, friends that were real friends. I mean, I couldn't equate it. I just remember feeling so envious that I wish that I had this guy's life, because where I was just shit, and I just wanted to get out. And I remember when I got back home, I just knew things had to change because nothing was going anywhere in the way I wanted it to go. And I something had to give. And I remember I was sitting in my car. It was in park. I don't remember where I was. I just remember being in my car. Car was running. Sitting there, right? Radio's on. Some rap station or whatever was on blaring, Missy Elliott or whatever was popular at the time. It's irrelevant. But I had so identified music in my life with how I was living at the time. And I just remember thinking that right now, it starts right here, right now. This is when things change. And I reached over and I turned the dial on my radio to a different genre of music. And let me just show you. I'll let you listen. This is the first song that I heard on the station. I hope YouTube doesn't kick me off for playing this, but I think they're probably Universal Music now. But this is the Wallflowers, 6th Avenue Heartache. And the whole point of this video, let me turn this down. The whole point of this video is that what song does it for you? Like music is so influential in our lives that this particular song, every time I hear it, always brings me right back to that point where I completely changed my life around. I mean, the kid that I was then died, and then eventually, I joke sometimes and say that I'm only like 12 years old, because around that 18 to 20 year period of time is when that part of me died and started something new, and so what songs is it? Your wedding song? Does it remind you of a loved one that's dead? Maybe a happy moment. What song that you hear just triggers some memory, whether it's a good thing or bad thing for you? I'm just curious. Kind of just hear the different influences of music that are out there and what they mean for other people. Um, so yeah. And then I always like to goof with myself, and this is a phenomenal song. This whole 6th Avenue Heartache. Just, what happens if it was like, I don't know, like some Green Day song or something like that? Well, I mean, would that have triggered anything? I don't know. So, however, maybe one day I'll tell you more stories over a beer or something like that. But, yeah, I've had an interesting life.